Hi all. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on the time of the day you are joining me. I'm Analyst Ankur from House of Analyst Ankur, and I'm back with another um, episode. This episode is about my recent study that has happened that has been published a day or two back in the market. This is the strategic versus tactical focus on the drone market. This is more specifically focused on the India market. Though some of these players have play in the global markets as well, but largely my focus has been on the India market. So this is how the results are coming out. Let me zoom in a bit more. So see how this study is being made is on the x-axis I have the tactical focus, and on the y-axis I have the strategic focus. Strategic focus is which are the sectors you are trying to focus, and what's the kind of vision you hold. Okay, so sectoral diversification is there. Are you focusing on agricultural precision? Are you focusing on monitoring solutions, reconnaissance and surveillance solutions? Are you, even if you are in agriculture, are you just focusing on monitoring solutions, or you are also focusing on seeding, spraying, fertilizer applications? So what are the plethora of applications that you are trying to cover? That's on the y-axis. On the x-axis is the tactical focus. What kinds of operations rigor is there? What kind of drone specifications are there? What kind of compatibility is there between the specifications that you are offering versus the use cases that you are helping the clients with? Are the clients being helped with as well? I had conversations with the users of some of these companies as well as to know what the kind of thing they feel is missing, is the plus, is the minus. And then, as I have put it on LinkedIn, there's been a lot of discussion on it. Let me take you through my post. Let me take you through the details. So, according to me, IdeaForge and Garuda Aerospace continue to lead the market across multiple strategic and tactical parameters. So, uh, strategic versus this is the name of the study, strategic versus tactical focus across 20 market participants. I've been tracking this space since 2019. Actually, November 2018 was a time I had started tracking this space. Since then, a lot of things have happened. Drone regulations have, these are not regulations, as one of the company CEOs mentioned. These are rules and actually map back um, to the aviation norms. So since 2019, late 2021, as it's mentioned here, use cases have evolved from defense surveillance to urban mapping, infrastructure mapping, construction monitoring, agricultural monitoring, terrain mapping, then uh, water sprinkling, seeding, fertilizer applications across acres and hectares of the agricultural land. Some startups have IPO'd while some have raised significant capital. Others have gone through acquisitions and partnerships with global drone partners. As I had mentioned earlier, these players are not solely Indian, and some of the players are having tie-ups with, say, companies in Israel, US, UK. So these are doing pretty well. It is interesting to see significant number of players are having strong vertical integration. They are trying to be independent, controlling the complete value chain, especially the manufacturing part of it. In terms of specifications, as I mentioned, the use cases are so evolving, so fast evolving. Surveillance doesn't need very high payload capacity, while logistics need payload capacity. Then your quick commerce is there. A 3 to 5 kg payload is okay there. Then there's medical uh, uh, medicines that need to be transported. And in two cases, it can happen. The normal delivery can also happen, and during disaster relief, it can also happen. Any which ways, medicine delivery also doesn't need much high payload. But if the coverage area is good, the flight range is higher, the flight time is higher. Um, so those are the things that distinguish these different set of companies. I have rated these companies on all these parameters. At the same time, I'm equally excited that I started with some of the companies who are almost touching 1 CR in revenue to some of the companies which are 100 CR plus. It's astonishing to see that these players, the revenue has grown well. The targets for the next fiscal are also very strong. So which talks about the sector. The sector as a whole is becoming stronger, and the power of the sector will also improve in coming days. Couple of things on the parameters. So I have tried to study while I mentioned to you earlier that uh, there are certain strategic factors and certain tactical factors. These are the specificities of it. Though more details can be found, you can directly reach out to me. You can write to me on my mail ID, and we can talk in detail. I can do a one-on-one discussion, as well as I can provide you my hypothesis-based point of view as to what is the rationale behind me putting an X company here, or as to why this company is here versus this is here versus a throttle here versus multiplex drone here versus a normal here versus a tech eagle here versus a sky air here or versus a uh, any of these companies this way. See, um, some of the parameters are: one is the sectorial diversification and presence, sectorial importance and sector growth rate, sectorial propensity to absorb drone solutions. One is you are thinking that you can use drones. The second is you are only focused till the POCs are happening, because each drone is costly. Those subsidies are there, but still it is a costly affair. And then how's the ROI looking at it? What's the degree of vertical integration? What's the specification of drone and drone services? Compatibility of specifications with use cases, competitiveness of specifications with other market participants. Revenue is there. Operational parameters are there. Inputs from interaction with market participants. This always I do. The 10th thing, in inputs from interaction with market participants, is very important because this gets the ground reality. In this aspect, I did get a very interesting comment. Let me quickly take you to that comment. This is this comment. Uh, this person, Mr. Anuj Kumar, says no one has been able to make a market-ready drone yet, except few companies. One of the things to note is that the product that they offer, some just by Chinese, others are holding on to 5-year-old product, which has been outdated. He calls it a full scam. My understanding is just that couple of things. When any market is developing, not uh, we should not expect every company to be 100% vertically integrated. That's one thing. Regarding second thing, so it's not a problem if you're buying product from any other uh, competitor of yours, or if it's coming from a Chinese vendor. Chinese vendors are actually pretty strong in the market. Not, I will have to be precise, not everybody can afford them as well. So the other thing is, others are holding on to 5-year-old product. See, old and new product is a subjective affair. If it solves the use case, if it solves the use case of the clients of that particular industry, if agricultural sprinkling has to happen, water sprinkling has to happen, seeding has to happen, uh, and the drone is a bit older model as well, but it can solve the purpose, so it's not a problem. It's not a scam, right? Then running on VC money, so as I mentioned, design and development, the costing is pretty high. At the same time, there's see, compare this industry to the automotive industry. Automotive industry has different tier of vendors or suppliers in the design space, in the manufacturing space, in the material procurement space. So there are different tiers. So someone supplies the software, someone supplies the embedded software, somebody supplies the hardware, and then there are system integrators. Drone industry, I would say, is a nascent industry. Because of the nascency, what is happening is VC money is very much needed. So again, I don't think this is a problematic point as long as the returns are compromised. And as I had mentioned earlier, the revenues are growing, market acceptance is growing. So in that standard also, I don't find it a problem. But yeah, this has been an interesting discussion here. So do check out my analysis here. If you feel that you would need more details on any of the companies that I have mentioned or why, just give me a second. If you would like to understand why a specific company is rated higher or a specific company is rated lower by me, you can reach out to me. Um, if any of these players feel to license the reports, they can also reach out to me on my mail ID, and we can definitely talk more as to what solutioning can be done. These are the different set of providers, drone providers in both the drone product and the services landscape. Um, so yeah, congratulations to all the participants here. Um, let's see how this pans out. And feel free to reach out should there be any queries regarding parameters, regarding final results, or maybe a discussion if you want to do on this topic. I'm available on both my cell and email ID. Feel free to drop in the message. Thank you.